There's a church in the valley by the wildwood, no lovelier place in the dale. No spot is so dear to my childhood as the little brown church in the vale.
Thank you, Mark, for playing that. That was my request. Because we have to believe that we can stand up here and do this. That being said, hi.
Hi.
How's everybody today?
I'm good.
Thank you all for being here. We have some special people here, people I've known for a long, long time, so this fits in. I went to a 70th birthday party for a woman that owns Sunrise in Clinton last night. So I've known her for 40 years, and it's really sad when you can say that because it means we're getting old, but she knew me when I was quiet and couldn't even utter hello, which I know, Patty, hard to believe I was ever quiet. But it's true. She knew me when I was married at 17. She's seen all the phases of Dawn. The rebellious one, the crazy one, the four-wheeling, going off the rails Dawn, the mom, the wife. She's known all the Dawns. So when I was wrapping up, saying goodbye, I told her I'm sorry I have to leave, but I'm on this lecture tomorrow and I have to go home and prepare. And she looked at me and said, did you ever think you would say that? My first response was, no. And then my second response was, but I should have, because I've been told all my life. So that being said, we are all told where we're supposed to be. The hardest part is listening. It's hard to let go of the human parts of us, the rebellious parts, the way life affects us, how we react to it, how we process, how we move on, how we go from being that person to this person and allowing ourselves to do that. To stand in front of people that have seen you at your worst and say, but I can change. But we're all capable of all of that. So having those friendships and those life ties that keep us moving on and keep us on our path and keep cheering us on, we should treasure those always. And if you're one of those people in someone's life that you have to be real and you have to go, hey, you're kind of getting off that path, you are their friend to put them back on their path, to prod them along and cheer them on. Doesn't mean you always have to say what they want to hear. I read something this morning and I was shocked who wrote it, but it said, just because you lost me as a friend doesn't mean you gained me as an enemy. I'm bigger than that. I still want to see you eat, just not at my table. And that was written by Tupac Shakur. And it surprised me because along our path, I think we're raised and embedded with fears. I think we judge people and we say judgment, and I'm learning, instead of thinking I'm being judgmental, I'm starting to learn maybe it was a fear that I was brought up, whether it was in a church or by my parents. I never would have thought Tupac was as spiritual as he was, because to me he was gangster, rap, da-da-da, and I've been pegged, as a Harley riding whatever because of tattoos and piercings. But those people didn't know what's in my heart, what's in my soul, how I feel about humans, and what I want to do in this life and where I want to go and what my goals are. So I found reading this that back when I just judged this person because I was afraid of him, because I was afraid of his lifestyle, versus facing that fear and saying, why am I afraid of it? Is it something someone else taught me? Something someone else put in my head? Or is it a real fear of mine? And again, I think that's part of our spiritual path, is looking at all parts of us, even the parts we don't like, and saying, is that truly who I am? Or was that something put on me? So that's a little more to think about. Like I said, I've been judged. I have been pegged. I have put in standing up here or telling people that I'm lecturing at church on Sunday, and they're like, you are? You don't know me. You don't know my heart. And I ignored my heart, and I've ignored my path, and I've ignored who I was, because it's so hard to stand up and say I believe in something, that this is what I want to do, that I want everybody to feel and see the light that I see, to see what I see in every person that I walk in a store or by on the street. There's a light in every one of us, even the darkest of us. And that's hard to stand up and say to people and say you believe with conviction. So now I'm going to answer another question I was asked a few weeks ago downstairs. Who do you talk to? That's a hard one for me to answer, because it's easy to say guides or angels, or I've known since I was in a crib that I spoke to God directly. I thought it was normal, natural. I thought everybody did this. I thought, that was prayer and he answered you. I didn't know it was something different. I didn't realize till very recently I had a direct connection. It's always been that way for me. So, that being said, you also can't ignore your path. You can't ignore what you're supposed to do when you're being told directly where you should be, how lost you were, and get back to it. So that's that question answered, that I do speak directly to God. When I'm being thick-headed and not getting the message, and I need to sit down, he sends his son. I have walked with him. He has taken me places, and he has showed me things. He's shown me things from history, and he shows me things that will happen. Hence why I'm always emotional. Because when you have that knowledge, you want everybody to walk in the light that you see. You pray for it every minute of every day. And you pray that people see it in you and understand it and know it. Because you want everybody to go where you're going, what you've already seen. So, those are just a couple questions, a couple things that came to me, and I hope and I pray always that my words touch you in some way, and that it gives you a bigger voice and a stronger backbone and stronger conviction to go out and tell people, even people you don't know, the people you're afraid of or the people you're judging, because you might be the one that shows them the light. It just might be you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here.